This week we're going to continue our look at the new Seiko models, since the SPB453 was so popular in our last video. And if you didn't see the last video, or aren't familiar with these pieces, they are an updated version of the mid-range 62 MOS pieces that you probably associate with the SPB143 or the SPB149. Today we have a special edition version, which is the SPB455, which commemorates the 100th anniversary of the first wristwatch with Seiko on the dial. And this one has a color scheme that just simply looks special, with gold-toned accents and a charcoal gray dial, which has a brownish hue. It also comes with a special Seichu woven NATO strap as well, which further differentiates it from the standard lineup. But will you be interested in this special colored version, or will the basic versions be a better choice for you? Let's find out. Welcome everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel, where we bring you original and in-depth watch content at least once per week. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrills, Maryland, and it's where you go when you're in the know. And if you can't make it to our store, check out our cutting-edge, user-friendly website, littletreasury.com, which is linked to our inventory in real time. All watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see our website or see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, then I'll offer my personal opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the Seiko SPB453, which is the standard version of today's watch with a black dial and the closest version to the SPB143, which has been a very popular piece for years. This piece is a great value with highly improved quality and some changes over the 143. Wrist check time. Honestly, today's watch really reminds me of my Omega Seamaster No Time to Die edition. It has a very similar color scheme, and for almost $9,000 less, today's watch is probably a great option if you just don't have the budget for the No Time to Die. Now tell me which watch you're wearing while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. My measurements for the Seiko Prospex SPB455 are a 40.1mm case width, a 13.1mm thickness, a 46.5mm lug-to-lug, a 19.8mm lug width, a 28.6mm crystal diameter, and it weighs in at 168.14 grams. The case is the 62 MOS recreation, which has a large flat surface at the top in matte finish and a small area of high polish at the edges, and the sides are all matte finished. A screw-down crown can be found at the 3 position, and it is simple with no logo. The bezel is in charcoal gray with gold-toned markers and is most likely made out of aluminum with a hardened coating applied. It turns unidirectionally like a dive watch should. And let's go ahead and test that action. The action is good and it feels pretty nice for the price point. The clicks are more quiet than I would like, but it's crisp and it's easy to grip, so I'll recommend this as a pretty decent bezel. The dial is in charcoal gray with a sunburst pattern. It does kind of have a brownish hue if you look in different angles. Gold-toned markers can be found along the edge of the dial, which are the minute grade. The dial markers are thick and rectangular with high polished edges, and 2 markers can be found at the 12th position. Seiko can be found in gold tone at the top middle portion. The hour and minute hands are paddle style and are in gold tone, with a gold toned second hand that has a rectangular loomed area on the tip. The date window can be found at the 4:30 position with no frame in a circular cutout and has a black background with white numerals. The Prospex symbol, automatic, 3 days, and diver 300M can be found at the bottom middle portion in a gold tone. Loom can be found on all dial markers, the hour and minute hands, and on the pip of the bezel. The caseback is closed and has a wave in the center and special edition engraved into the back of it. The movement is the Seiko 6R55, which beats at 21,600 beats per hour and has a 72-hour power reserve. It has an accuracy rating of between losing 15 seconds and gaining 25 seconds per day. The bracelet is matte finished and is 3-link style, which has smaller links than the previous model, with a locking fold-over clasp that has a simple 2 clicks of micro adjust instead of the larger one with 4 clicks on the previous model. It also comes with a Seichu black woven NATO strap if you really want to change the look up a little bit. The Seiko SPB455 is a US special edition It's water resistant to 300 meters, which is actually an upgrade from the 200 from before, and is ready to be your daily driver for $1,400. Now for my personal opinion. So I really liked the SPB453 last week, and I honestly liked this one even better. It totally looks like a budget, no time to die, and I'm a big fan. As addressed before in the previous video, the 430 date is actually something that I'm going to go ahead and endorse now at this point, because it actually adds better symmetry to the dial being mostly hidden and allows the 3 marker to be a real marker versus a little tiny pip next to the date for ISO compliance. It would have been nice to see the date wheel on this one color match the dial, but black is totally fine with me since it provides a little more contrast anyway. The other complaint I can already hear is not liking the Fotina. And this is a gold tone, folks. It's not Fotina, and it isn't pretending to be. Anyway, I just feel like the color scheme is special, and this new 62 Moss watch itself is just a very solid timepiece with just some great improvements that are subtle but actually make sense, like the 300 meter water resistant versus the previous 200, like moving the date to the 430 position just to hide the date, and not moving the crown so they don't mess with things too much. This bracelet feels like it's better quality too, and the watch in general feels solid and worth every bit of the $1,400. So I'll recommend this piece to anyone who is after a dive watch with great all-around specs and a fascinating color scheme. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.